There are now 6 different AI agents competing to run your entire digital life. Your email, your files, your calendar, your code. Every single one promises to be the AI assistant that actually does things for you while you sleep. And some of them are genuinely incredible. We are living in the moment where AI went from answering questions to taking action. That's a massive shift. But here's what nobody's telling you. Every single agent that has launched so far has had a major security failure discovered within days. Not weeks, days. I build AI products for a living. I run multiple companies with AI. And I went through every feature, every capability, every security disclosure on all 6 of these tools. Because each one does something genuinely different. Each one has real strengths that the others don't. And each one has risks you need to understand before you hand over the keys to your digital life. So let me walk you through all 6. And so first, let me explain what an AI agent actually is, because this is different from anything that existed before. A chatbot answers your questions inside a window. That's all it does. You type something, it types back. It doesn't touch anything in your life. An agent is fundamentally different. An agent takes actions on your behalf. It reads your email and drafts replies. It organizes your files. It books your meetings. It writes code, tests it, and deploys it. It connects to your bank, your calendar, your messaging apps, your development tools, and it can do all of this while you sleep. Imagine waking up and your inbox is already handled. The routine emails got replies. The important ones are flagged at the top. Your schedule is organized. A report you needed is already drafted. Your messy photo folder is sorted by category. That's not science fiction anymore. That's what these 6 tools are trying to do right now. And some of them are doing it really well. The question is which one fits how you work, what you need, and how much risk you're comfortable with. So let me break down each one. Number 1. OpenClaw. This is the one that started everything. Created by an Austrian developer named Peter Steinberger as a side project in November of 2025. He open sourced it and it went viral. It led to 247,000 GitHub stars. It is the fastest growing open source project in history. And the reason it took off is that the concept is genuinely brilliant. OpenClaw runs on your computer. It's completely free. It works with any AI model, Claude, GPT, Gemini, or completely free local models through Ollama, so you pay nothing. You talk to it through whatever messaging app you already use. WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, Slack, or Signal. It runs in the background 24/7. It has persistent memory stored locally on your machine in simple text files. So it remembers your preferences and past conversations for weeks. There's a store called ClawHub with over 10,000 community-built add-ons that extend what it can do. You can connect it to your email, your calendar, your smart home, your developer tools, basically anything with an API. It schedules tasks, it manages routines, and because it's open source, you own everything. No company has your data, no subscription, no lock-in. The pitch is a personal Jarvis that lives on your machine and costs nothing. And for technical users who set it up properly, it delivers on that pitch. Now the risks. And these are real. 1 in 5 add-ons in the store turned out to be malware designed to steal your data. A critical vulnerability let attackers take over your entire computer with a single click. Kaspersky found over 500 vulnerabilities. 30,000 users had their systems exposed to the public internet without knowing. CrowdStrike released a tool specifically to detect and remove it from corporate networks. Meta even threatened to fire employees who install it on work devices, and Microsoft's Defender team said it should be treated as untrusted code execution and is not appropriate for any normal computer. Multiple governments issued official security warnings. And so the takeaway on OpenClaw: the concept is revolutionary and the power is unmatched. If you're technical enough to lock it down, a sandbox machine, dedicated accounts, careful plugin selection, weekly log reviews, anything else you can do, 2, nothing else on this list gives you this much flexibility for $0. If you skip the security setup, you are vulnerable. The creator himself has said if you can't run a command line, this is too dangerous for you. Number 2, Perplexity Personal Computer announced March 11th at their conference in San Francisco, $200 a month on the Max plan, and the concept is fascinating, right? It's a dedicated Mac Mini that sits on your desk connected to Perplexity's cloud servers. You set it up, you tell it what you need, and it runs around the clock as your personal AI operating system. What makes it unique is the model routing. It orchestrates over 20 different AI models and automatically picks the best one for each task. Need creative writing? It routes to one model. Need code analysis? Different model. Need research synthesis? Another one. You don't have to think about which AI to use. It figures that out. It works with your local files and applications. You can control it from any device, even your phone while you're away. And the interface is polished. This isn't a command line tool. It's designed for people who want AI power without the technical setup. CEO Aravind Srinivas described the vision this way. A traditional operating system takes instructions. An AI operating system takes objectives. That's a genuinely different way to think about computing. You don't tell it how to do things step by step. You tell it what you want to accomplish, and it figures out the how. On security, Perplexity says all important actions require your approval. There's a full log of everything it does. There's an emergency kill switch. The enterprise version partners with CrowdStrike for browser level protection. But here's the reality check. It's waitlist only. No independent security audit has been published. No failure rates, and the AI processing happens on Perplexity's servers, not on the Mac Mini. Your data leaves your machine. And so the honest assessment, the pitch is the cleanest of any agent on this list. The product looks great, but until independent researchers test it, claims are simply marketing, not security. I'd watch this one closely. If this is valuable to you, I'm posting a new video every single day breaking down what's actually happening in AI. No hype, no clickbait, just data, sources, and frameworks you can actually use. And if you're building mobile apps with AI, I built UiPunch, an AI UI code generator that makes your layouts come from what actual shipped products look like, not hallucinated generic templates. Link in the description, and please hit subscribe. Number 3, Claude Code and Cowork. 2 tools from Anthropic, the company that makes Claude. And these are actually 2 different products for 2 different people. Claude Code is for developers. It's a terminal-based coding agent that can write code, debug it, run tests, manage your Git repositories, and handle complex multi-file projects. What makes it special is the architecture. Each task runs in its own isolated environment. The AI works in its own Git branch, completely separate from your main code. When it's done, you review the changes like a pull request. If they're good, you merge them. If they're bad, you delete the branch and nothing was affected. For developers, that workflow is incredibly natural. It fits how you already work. It just moves faster. Pricing starts at $20 a month on Pro and goes up to $200 on Max. Cowork is for everyone else. Knowledge workers, people who deal with documents, files, research. It runs on your desktop using Apple's virtualization framework, which means each task gets its own sealed off virtual machine. Think of it like giving your AI assistant a separate room to work in. It can't touch the rest of your computer. It can schedule tasks, handle recurring workflows, and work with your local files. This is the most locked down agent architecture of any tool on this list, period. And so the design philosophy is fundamentally different from everything else, right? OpenClaw and Perplexity give the agent broad access and try to make it smart enough not to break things. Anthropic gives the agent very limited access and builds walls around what it can do. That's a philosophical choice. Less power, more safety. Now the transparency story is genuinely impressive. Anthropic published a 212-page report with exact failure rates for prompt injection attacks. In a coding environment, the attack worked 0 times out of 200 attempts. 0. In a desktop environment with broader access, it worked 57% of the time after repeated attempts. They made the risk measurable. Nobody else has done that. You know exactly where the walls hold and where they don't. But there was a real failure. 2 days after Cowork launched, launched, a security firm showed that attackers could steal your private files by hiding instructions inside a normal-looking document. And Anthropic knew about this vulnerability 3 months before launch. A researcher reported it. They closed the report within an hour and shipped anyway. That damaged trust with the security community. And Simon Willison, one of the most respected developers in the industry, pointed out that you can't ask non-technical users to watch for suspicious actions. That's exactly who Cowork is built for. Number 4, Manus and manus-my-computer. This one just got a massive update yesterday. Manus was originally a cloud-only AI agent. You give it a task, market research, coding, travel booking, data analysis, financial reports, and it spins up a virtual computer in the cloud and does the work there. You can watch it work in real time through a live dashboard that shows every page it opens, every search it runs, and every file it creates. It uses Claude from Anthropic as its primary AI model, plus 29 integrated tools. It processed over 147 trillion tokens and powered 80 million virtual computers. Fastest to $100 million in annual revenue of any startup by their own claims. Meta bought it in December for over $2 billion. And so yesterday, March 16th, Manus launched My Computer, and this changes the game. It's a desktop app for Mac and Windows that gives the agent direct access to your actual computer, your real files, your terminal, your applications, your GPU. It can organize thousands of photos into categorized folders automatically, rename hundreds of invoices in minutes, build you a full desktop application from scratch. One of their team members challenged it to build a real-time meeting translation app in Swift, and it did it in 20 minutes. No manual coding, it can use your local GPU to train machine learning models or run AI models locally. You can send it a task from your phone while you're out, and it executes on your computer back home. And it integrates with Gmail, Google Calendar, and your local files all at once. So you could tell it to find a contract on your home computer and email it to your client through Gmail while you're at dinner. That's genuinely powerful. The security model uses explicit approval. Every terminal command requires you to confirm it before it runs. You can set always allow for trusted tasks or allow once to review each action individually. It also integrates with your scheduled tasks and recurring routines so you can automate things like cleaning your downloads folder every morning. But there are real concerns. Even though My Computer runs on your machine, the AI brain still lives on Meta's cloud servers. An independent analysis of the launch pointed out that Manus's blog does not promise your files stay on your device. File names, file contents, and metadata likely get sent to the cloud so the AI can figure out what to do, right? It looks local, but the data probably isn't staying local. And then there's the meta question. After the acquisition, some customers left. The CEO of Arya Labs said he stopped using it because, his words, "I do not agree with a lot of Meta's practices around data and how they essentially weaponize people's personal data against them." Consulting firm 0260.ai stopped recommending it to clients. The tool itself is excellent. The ownership is the concern. Number 5, NemoClaw. Nvidia announced yesterday at GTC 2026 by Jensen Huang in front of 30,000 people. Totally free, open source, already available in early preview on GitHub. And this one is different from everything else on this list because it's not a standalone agent. It's a security and deployment layer built on top of OpenClaw. Think of it as Nvidia saying OpenClaw is the most powerful agent platform in the world, but it's too dangerous for most people and businesses. So we built the safety system. And so what does NemoClaw actually add? Several things. First, something called OpenShell, a policy engine that controls what an agent can and can't do. You set the rules and the agent follows them. It can't go beyond what you've defined. Second, a privacy router that decides what data stays local and what goes to cloud-based AI models, all within guardrails you control. Audit logs, permission systems, and compliant features built in from day one. Microsoft Security is already partnering on adversarial protection. Jensen compared OpenClaw to Windows and said every company in the world needs an OpenClaw strategy. The whole thing installs with a single command in your terminal. And so the business model is interesting, right? NemoClaw is free, but but the more powerful your agent needs to be, the more compute you need. And guess who sells the compute? Nvidia. This is the same strategy they used with CUDA 20 years ago. Give away the software and create demand for the hardware. And it turned them into one of the most valuable companies on the planet. The honest assessment is that NemoClaw is an early preview. It's available, but it's brand new. Independent security researchers haven't had time to test it thoroughly. And based on the track record of every other agent on this list, someone will probably find a vulnerability. The question is how bad and how fast they fix it. But the approach, adding security to the most popular agent platform rather than building a competing one from scratch, is strategically smart. And so here's the framework. Because all 6 of these tools have real strengths, how do you decide? 3 questions. First, how comfortable are you with technology? If you can set up servers, manage security configurations, and review logs regularly, OpenClaw gives you the most power for $0. If you're technical but want something that fits into a normal development workflow without extra setup, Claude Code is the most natural fit. If that first sentence made your eyes glaze over, look at Perplexity, Cowork, or Manus. Those are designed for you. Second, what are you actually trying to do? If you write code for a living, Claude Code. Best architecture, strongest safety walls. It has the best architecture, the strongest safety walls, and it fits how developers already work. If you work with documents and files and want a desktop assistant, Cowork. It is the most locked down design. If you need an AI to do complex tasks across the internet, research bookings, data analysis, financial reports, use Manus. It's the most proven with real users and real revenue. If you want a polished, always on assistant and you can spend $200 a month, use Perplexity. It's the cleanest experience, but wait for independent testing. If you want local desktop automation and you're comfortable with Meta having access, use manus-my-computer. It's the most capable local agent as of the other day. And if you're running OpenClaw and want enterprise-grade security on top of it, use NemoClaw. That's exactly what it was built for. Third, what happens if something goes wrong? If a security failure means embarrassment, use any of these with reasonable caution. If it means real money, Claude Code or Cowork work with the safety constraints on full. If it means your business, don't use anything autonomous without a professional security review of the specific tool and setup. And so here's the bottom line, right? Every one of these tools represents a genuine loop forward in what AI can do for you personally. OpenClaw proved the concept is real. Perplexity made it beautiful. Claude made it safe for developers. Cowork brought it to everyone's desktop. Manus made it powerful enough to build apps for you. And NemoClaw is trying to make the whole ecosystem trustworthy enough for businesses. But likely none of them are fully safe yet. Almost every single agent that has shipped has reportedly led to security researchers find serious problems within days. The question isn't which agent is safe. The question is which one limits the damage when something goes wrong while giving you the most value for how you actually work. 6 agents, 6 different visions of personal computing. 1 open source revolution with malware in the store. 1 polished AI operating system that hasn't been independently tested. 1 coding agent sandbox but shipped with a known flaw. 1 desktop assistant built for regular people whose maker was told about the bug and shipped it anyway. 1 owned by the company people trust least with their data that just got direct access to your desktop. And 1 enterprise security layer in early preview announced yesterday by a man in a leather jacket who said it would be the policy engine for all the SaaS companies in the world. The agent era is here. The security era is catching up. And the race is just getting started. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.